experience. Still trying to find that sweet spot with the setup, hasn't he? It was so difficult when the conditions are changing stage to stage, but now with this dryness settling in a little bit, it gives them a chance, doesn't it, to try and get some sort of rhythm going.
Yeah, of course, and it's important with experience, but if we look all around back to Colorado first, when he entered the stage of Rally 1, and he didn't talk so much about learning and so on, he just did it, so it's possible to do it. So I think some of the drivers should focus on more to be faster than learn. Try to be honest when you're not fast enough and say that you are pushing what you're able to push at the moment, and I think you need to prepare maybe a bit better and not talk so much about learning, because it's all about trying to go as fast as possible also.
Yeah, I think you're right. And you talk about drivers like Kade, and then you look at people like Sammy Pajari, they're coming straight in. I think he didn't win one of the on-employer passes in his first run in a Rally 1 car, obviously his home event, which is a big thing, but that just shows you what the level could be. These young guns who are coming in, and they're on it straight away. You're quite right. Plenty of split times again, so keep you updated here. 24 kilometres long, as I mentioned. It is the longest stage of the day. Got a real nice straight to it. Keep an eye on that telemetry at the bottom of your screen. You'll see what I mean with some of these top speeds. Almost nudging 190 kilometres an hour, but it's pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? You've got to say as well, real shame to lose Filmo, wasn't it? He came out and had the setup issues yesterday, and only remote service couldn't make any major changes, and then just whatever the issue was, they needed to get the Puma back really on later to kind of really analyse. But it's frustrating, because I think we'd really hope to see what Bormo and the car, of course, could do back on this circus, weren't we?
It was a bit strange that he was not in the pace from the beginning, so I think the whole team and Adam as well was a bit disappointed with themselves, because it's like Rich said on the service that they had a great build-up with great feeling before the rally and the test, and everybody was quite happy and believed it would be a good rally. And all of a sudden you find yourself in a position where you really can't fight, and you struggle a bit, and it's like walking around in darkness trying to find the way out, and in the end it started quite bad and ended even worse for Adrian, but I think you should be lucky happy as well to escape from that last moment, because that could be a huge crash.
Yeah, we saw that when we stopped to change the wheel. We saw in this stage earlier on, wasn't it, but then you saw at the end of the stage real heavy damage, wasn't there, to the back, so you can understand we've spoken to Rich Miller, that team boss at Sport, and you quite understand the need to just bring that thing back. They're not going to get any points now today. There's no point taking any risks, is there? So a bit twitchy there for Andreas.
The Neuville on the grass, and at the same time as it was on the front wheel, made the car a bit sideways, going a bit sideways on the straight.
For Andreas, and if you spoke to him, obviously you're a Norwegian, because he did start it. It seems like a long time ago now. The first couple of stages, he found this sort of setup. You know, he mentioned earlier this more than a decade now has been built around Neuville. He's not the first. I mean, Seth Loeb's even had to get in this car. A lot of drivers have struggled to get the best out of it, so it's interesting to hear Andreas' comments a couple of days ago about I just need to find my own sweet spot, and that's what's even more frustrating, because he found it, hadn't he?
Yeah, at least he said it helped, and I believe that Andreas want more mileage in the car, more seat time, and try to make his own setup on the car. We know that Andreas, he can be really fast. We saw it many years with the Skoda, and of course before that again with Volkswagen many years, so it's possible. But you need to build your own setup, and then you need quite a lot of testing, and it's limited testing for Andreas, and then it's not even more difficult. And when you first got the chance, it's 2-3 months between each rally, so it's even more difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. And then one corner, and it's the guy in the end. What is it? It's fourth rally of the year. It's tricky, really tricky. And it's that time of year as well, isn't it? All these drivers still don't know great much drinking, and everyone's got everybody. A lot of these drivers got names.
Grande, Filippona, è stato borracho.
So Jumbo RD. And Andreas,
Mira, yo creo que la Jumbo.
Cuando hagas directo, pon la de
No, yo lo hago hasta directo.
all
Solo
wanting to,
yo solo digo
certainly not wanting to call quits on their career. They're
A ver
all
si das de ejemplo.
very, very talented drivers
Pero
in
mira,
their
ahora
own
yo
right.
pensando, voy a hacer esa pregunta.
And every time that's
La voy a
third
enseñar. Para
driver
mí,
get
la
a
Jumbo
chance, it's
de mi
like a
país
penalty shot.
tiene
You
más que
really
una
need to do it well, and if you miss that one chance you get, it's
soy un borracho,
It
soy un
didn't look
borracho.
corner, wasn't it, for Andreas this yesterday? It was just, that's how easy it is. Tricky conditions can happen to anyone. Got to be said, it really was rough luck, and he had, as I said at the start of the show, he was very, well, briefly running in third place. Really strong start.
he chose the wrong corner to do a small mistake, because you can see Terry today as well, spun twice and they get back on the road. So
Yeah, we'll get back to Thierry in a bit more detail when we see him, but it really has put a whole new complexion. There's some of those corners, it's kind of like they have, you mentioned it earlier, they've got these cuts in certain positions, but there's still kind of cuts before or after the activation devices, so you can still see, they can't have them everywhere, the organisers. They have done a great job this year, though. I think all the drivers have appreciated that.
yeah, sometimes they put the outfits in wrong places that makes it even more like, how can I say, dangerous places, because it forces you to go on the outside and you can easily go out on the outside of the corner. So I agree with, I think was it Ogier who said it, it's a great job from the organizer to put its anti-cuts on right places.
Fastest time through here earlier on was 12:50.2. It was Elton Evans actually with the fastest time through here earlier on. And there you go, Mikkelsen, what's that, about 9 seconds or so quicker. And one more, he's a bit fed up today, isn't he? He's just very vocal about the fact that he's just getting through today and then see if he can do a job at Super Sunday. And of course the World Power Stage, the all three drivers able to potentially score points for the team. We get to Sunday. There is Sammy Pajari and Eddie Malcolm. We were just chatting about them a moment ago. And Molly will be down there asking them questions and see if she can get a word now they've arrived in Austria.
Well, getting through the day before Super Sunday, I'm sure you have a lot of time to work on some different things on the car and with the two of you. So what sort of things can you work on?
Yeah, we're trying to improve the car. It's getting better step by step. There's some parts that I wish I could have, which got destroyed yesterday. Can only thank myself. Yeah, I for some reason I didn't have hybrid in the beginning now. And in the first acceleration from the start line, I don't know why it didn't work, but yeah.
Then it came back.
Yeah, and then suddenly it came back. I don't know, very strange.
What parts do you want that you destroyed yesterday?
Yeah, I don't want to get too technical, but yeah, it's something to do when I'm on top letter air. It's a little bit colder, but when it's dry, it's working quite okay.
Yeah, well done, Molly, for pushing that point just a little bit wide there for Munster. Yeah, a couple of things to take away from that. Yeah, I think we're all intrigued what exactly it is that the damage that they couldn't fix, because you'd have thought they have the ability to change almost anything, don't they, in these? But that's a strange one. You know, the hybrid kicking in after the stage. I'm not sure I've heard that before, have you?
Always strange that it came back, and from the start he said he had no hybrid, and you lose quite a lot, like in the beginning of the stage on the long straight without hybrid. But you mentioned that he didn't want to be too technical on the parts he wanted to Might be that he destroyed the rear diff and the spare rear diff he got was like another package of ramps and different diff setting that react different for him when he's on the throttle. It might be.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, it's sensitive, isn't it? All these. That was the interesting thing. Now we saw these boys earlier. I mean, goodness me, I'm not going over heights. Interesting way to enjoy a beer while watching a bit of rally.
No olvides suscribirse al canal.
Oh, not me either. I think if you need to go on toilet, you need to finish your bottle first. You need to use the bottle.
Well, yeah, I guess this is a group of maybe the guys working in that sawmill where they got the big jumper been around the rally to come through their car park. So I guess they get to choose their top seats. But yeah, very good points.
Vamos a ver qué hace el viejito hoy.
Sure, that's he's coming through. He is in a non-hybrid Puma. He knew that from the very start. Absolutely likes his rally. There's the group privateer.
No olvides suscribirse al canal y darle a la campanita, por favor.
We'll get the car ready for you. And he absolutely loves his rally. But seeing that, of course, was in his home events in Greece a couple of months ago.
He struggled a bit with power on the full service and said they didn't know exactly what was going wrong, but there was something when it was on the throttle that they were not reacting completely like it should. So it would be nice to get a feedback from if it's fixed.
Wondering if let's have a couple of dirty corners. It might be a little bit of an advantage for Mikkelsen. It's a sea of red currently on the split times leaderboard behind him. We've got the next 3 or 4 cars already into action. And there's the big news. So much at stake now for those guys fighting against not just the Drivers' Championship Toyota. Having a really good go at taking the fight back to Hyundai. 17 points now to gap. And with, of course, Toyota's home events to come in a few weeks' time. As the fine finish of the penultimate stage of Saturday then, Cedric is safely through. A minute and a half down. But yeah, as you say, a couple of issues. Still stock control down here in Austria. And we'll get a quick chat with Jordan once he comes through. Now attacking Katsuta, Aaron Johnston. Great to have them back in action. Acceleration of these cars is quite mind-blowing, isn't it?
It's not so easy that. On the first pass of this run, you said you had some power issues. Did you get
finds this sweet spot. It's, as he said, it's almost become a never-ending testing session for him this weekend.
Yeah, and it helped but on the wrong spot in the corner, so maybe he needed to turn in and get a better exit of the corner with the steering wheel, so he needs to keep on working them.
It's almost like you keep trying these solutions that don't work until you find the one that does work, and yeah, it's one step forward, two steps backwards sometimes.
It's like this. Yeah, you just need to keep on trying.
Yeah, absolutely. Sammy Pajari then 6th place currently. He was focused on his own time. I spoke to him in the lunchtime media zone, and he was like, I don't even know where I am. To tell him he was in 6th place. I also, gave him the news about Johan Russell. I think it's Sammy Pajari, although we used to see him in the Hour Rally 1 car. If he wants to, if the team, obviously Toyota, at the home event, he does have the opportunity still to keep his WRC2 hopes alive in Japan. Johan Russell is kind of out of the picture now, unfortunately. He had a big delay earlier this morning. He needed to win, so it's now between Oliver Solberg and the man in your screen. But again, he's so focused on Rally 1. I was letting you know that it's down to you and Oliver, and he's like, well, he's literally so focused on learning this car, as obviously you would be, right?
Yeah, but it's so easy just to open your phone and have a little look on the times, and you can follow the other guys. It's all about trying not to look too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Try to look at
Dale me gusta al directo, compártalo, suscríbase y dale a la campanita.
Down at Mikkelsen, 12:42.1. First time, remember, in a Rally 1 car.
Por favor.
This boy's rapid learning process is quite something to
Gracias a
watch.
los que se están uniendo a mi directo. Muchas gracias de corazón.
What a difference a couple of stages has made for the
No olviden
Australians.
suscribirse y darle a la campanita para que le lleguen las notificaciones cuando yo esté
Where they go
transmitiendo.
incredibly quick off the line as well, the I-20.
Y no olviden ver el último video que publiqué anoche. Está muy lindo, de corazón.
Andreas, are you allowing yourself now to push a bit more on these second pass conditions?
A little bit maybe, yeah, in some places, but also it's quite different type of condition and driving because of that compared to morning, so it's much more clean, more dry condition, so it's a little, let's say, not only about the sleepy places, but also now you need to be, let's say, confident to push on the high speed, so still trying to be, let's say, clean and not to rush too much, but yeah, at least it's really, really nice and enjoyable anyway.
What is it like high speed? Are you starting to get comfortable with it, or do you still get sort of butterflies in your stomach?
Yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, it's loving every moment, isn't he, learning this car. Got to say about Elvin Evans as well. Ivan, in 2nd place, wasn't it, in Chile? He's had a really difficult year at times, but it's great to see
Gracias por estar en el directo. No olvides suscribirse y darle a me gusta. Muchas gracias.
with the big boys. Yeah, and we've been talking a lot about this man in the screen now as well, haven't we? And exactly on that subject with Taco, and he's desperately been, it's almost like we've been talking about it a lot this season.
Gracias por estar en el directo. No olvides suscribirte y darle a la campanita si quieres recibir la notificación y seguir activo con los directos del Chema RD.
Best of the rest role, I guess you'd say, in 5th place, but I guess maybe just for this rally, sensible when you think about what kind of points next time is.
Yeah, it's got to like this. It's a good luck for Japan, but you see now the splits is doing really well. If you continue like that, he will be fast on the stage so far, so I think it's going in the right direction at the moment for Japan.
Yeah, 3.3 seconds quicker than Mikkelsen is certainly moving in the right direction. That's a new benchmark for Katsuta. 12:38.
Muchas gracias a los que van entrando al directo.
drivers to have a little slide across the grass in the morning. I think as much of the difficult conditions is because they had these huge wheels and all that runoff space. I think for a lot of them it was as much psychological, wasn't it, tempting them into taking risks. And,
Gracias por estar en el directo del Chema RD. No olvide suscribirse. Tampoco olvide ir a ver el último video que yo he publicado. Lo he publicado de corazón para todos ustedes. Por favor, vayan a verlo. De corazón.
So far by 3.3 seconds. How satisfied are you with that run?
Yeah, very green. Yeah, just a green. nothing so exciting to say. I mean, it's just I try to do my job. So I just keep like this and forward.
How would you describe conditions this afternoon?
This one was surprisingly very good condition. Pretty dry, a bit tough, yes, but much easier than this morning. And next one, I don't know, gonna be a bit tricky, but yeah, we just pass through the stages.
Yeah, clean stage again then for Tanak. Tanak has been the man on the move. I mean, that first stage of the loop, once again this afternoon, boy oh boy. Fascinating, wasn't it, the comments you see made at the midday service that first stage this morning in really tricky conditions where he dominated. Actually had a couple of texts coming back from the team to say, oh, we got 2 championships to decide of it. It was fantastic to watch, but it just shows you, doesn't it, that, you know, how tough it is for the team to be watching on, and it's not just his Drivers' Championship. I mean, now as it stands, just a reminder, he needed to beat this man, remember, Neuville by 2 points. As it stands, Neuville's going to get 10. Tanak's going to get 15, but he's hunting down the lead, and that's a 5-point swing back the other way. So it does keep it alive. Again, obviously.
Level those 3-4 guys are at, isn't it? Yeah, they're measuring the muscles all the time. So as soon as one is really on it from the beginning, the next one also will try to push and take some seconds back. So.
Yeah, that's another great run for Elvin Evans, though, as you say. It was Neuville who was the biggest loser in there. Thankfully, the Belgian obviously lost half a minute and the lead, but he's still very much in the running in terms of 4th place. Here is that's exact crew: Thierry Neuville, Martin Biaga. Sounded pretty downbeat, didn't they, at the end of the previous stage? We understand why. We'll get back to them shortly. Let's hear from Elvin.
Gracias por estar en el directo del Chema RD.
Just in the dry condition, obviously a lot of markings have improved a lot. Bit of hesitations here or there. Should learn to ignore what the old man says sometimes.
So it's your dad who's come with some advice?
Well, no, obviously he's doing my gravel load, so obviously you have to trust what they say to a point so much that you have to take everything with a pinch of salt, but it's not always easy to do.
Good, obviously, fantastic, his dad's with the Evans. He realised he's not going to make that. Remember, it's those points you're going to get penciled in at the end of this stage, so that's a big ask, or too big an ask in one loop. So Thierry already thinking about tomorrow. And as it stands, we will be going to Japan, and we have all championships to be into. What a finale to this season.
It's great when it's all go down to the last rally. I think he's maybe one of the guys who's most, in a good way, crazy. He gamble when it's wet, and it's really difficult. He can gamble, and he managed those kind of conditions really well, and put out some pretty amazing stakes at sometimes.
Yeah, it was that first stage this morning, wasn't it? That was a
one example.
That was a marker. That was a marker. Okay, let's hear from him. Man of the moment, Tanak.
You are quick through by almost a second, but last split I have on Seb is 2.1 seconds faster than you. So what is it about this stage when you give away a little bit of time?
Yeah, I guess it's just so racy and over the crest, and I just don't have an easy enough car at the moment.
What about the next stage? You feel you can get some back there?
Yeah, we keep trying.
It is interesting, isn't it? Yeah, 9/10 of a second quicker there than Evans. How different stages suit the different cars as well as the different drivers. I think this is what's giving us this ebb and flow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different from the character of the stage, definitely down to the driver. Like some is like more technical stages with more twisty a lot of corners and more twisty. I mean, it's quite good to listen to Mole in the stage, but you're giving away some time on this stage, and you're talking like a second. So we are getting a bit nuts when you are all the time like looking at the time. But giving away one.
Vamos compartiendo el directo, por favor. Y denle a me gusta. Y no olvides suscribirse y darle a la campanita, por favor.
Getting himself into a bit of a rhythm again. I mean, as I mentioned, he's really unlikely to be able to improve on fourth place currently. That's 10 points. Currently 5 points behind Tanak.
Saludos para Nasla Vitoriano.
So interesting then to see.
O Nasla Vitoriano. Bendiciones para ti, mi reina.
So if he can get another couple of points tomorrow, the Frenchman, I mean, it's a lovely shot. It requires a big dose of help from Neuville, but it actually does keep Ogier magnetically going into the final round as well.
Nasla Vitoriano, dale a me gusta al directo. Suscríbete al canal y ve a ver el último video que he publicado. Lo he publicado de corazón para personas como tú. Bendiciones. Ese está bueno, ese está bueno, ese está bueno. Ese chipea ese. No, te dijo, estoy trabajando en lo mismo. Yo no estoy molestando a nadie, ¿ok? Y necesito que nadie me cuente nadie.
on the door and just finished second. You know, several times to Ogier, now wants to Tanak as well. It's just been knocking on the door for so many years. But he's still in this hunt. I mean, it was a massive setback at the end of the morning loop. If you're just joining us, double spin for the man who was leading and on paper set to potentially take this title here in Central Europe. But at the minute,
Cuando se ríe pero con la cara, pero también después habla mal de poder.
Yeah, tomorrow as well with the Super Sunday, he can score points, but he can't take too big risks because he needs to finish to grab those points he can get today from the fourth place. So it's and same with the pole stage as well. So all of a sudden, you know, this princess, and now it's really interesting going into it.
You know, I did say at the start of the season when there's a lot of discussion and controversy about it, I said, I tell you what, you wait till the end of the season because every single Sunday.
Ese viene prendido ese.
It's going to be so important. And you know, what Thierry takes in Sigma Sunday, or you can take right back in the power stage. So it is so critical. We can't emphasize enough the end of today and those.
Vamos conectando con el directo del Chema RD. Los que son míos, que le den a me gusta. Nace Victoriano, muchas gracias. Ve a ver el video. Los que están en el directo, que vayan a ver el video que yo publiqué anoche. Algo bonito fue.
You know, he's saying he will take it a bit easy, but this time it's not too bad.
Not too bad at all. He's not fastest, so it is another stage win for Ogier, who promptly, as he said, responded to that gauntlet that had been thrown down at his feet by Tanak at the start of the afternoon. Let's see what will unfold in that previous stage. Ironically, it was Ogier who won the first one through this morning as well. Let's see him Thierry anyway.
Mierda, qué ridícula.
Una cotorra.
Mire,
Se cagó.
mira.
Just 9/10 of a second off the pace. But how are you doing with what happened earlier? You know, in terms of claiming the title this weekend, what's going through your head?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like we said before, disappointed, but it's not the end. In the fight for the championship, we're still on course, and obviously it's frustrating for sure, because back on Tanak, we wanted, of course, to have a good result, but on the other hand, we're thinking a lot about finishing the rally first.
Yeah, and do you know what I love about Thierry? He's always so calm. It's, you know, there's no panic. I mean, I guess in that earlier stage, he had that first spin that maybe a little bit of panic set in, and then maybe that added to why the second off happened. But I spoke to him earlier when he was stuck in that, ditch trying to get back on the road. Those wheels are spinning. I asked him before, I was like, what was going through your mind? And he's like, I knew we were going to get out eventually, even if the spectators, he said, had to push us out. He was still pretty calm, and what do you think? Is that really what he's doing? Like him inside, he must be churning, surely.
It looked quite calm from the onwards as well, so
he always does.
But in my opinion, that would be like a bit more panicking to get out of that ditch, but especially when you're fighting for the title. But yeah, he managed it. He's really calm, collected, and at the moment he's doing his job.
I mean, to be fair, he's been like this all season. I think there was it Sardinia where he actually had an off that ended, his scoring points on Saturday, which is that consistency is what got him here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a new case, and he lost the concentration for half a second, and they really missed that right hand of the pace note and pulled the handbrake and went reverse down in the little ditch so we could get back, and now it was a pace note mistake, so they do mistakes from time to time. That's how it is.
Yeah, they are human. So that's rally one. That's going to go on and on. We're expecting now maybe even to the final rounds. Meanwhile, Gryazin, in terms of the WRC2, he has dominated this weekend. That's another strong run, 13:15.6. Sadly though, for his teammate Johan Russell, if you are just joining us, he needed to win this weekend. That was to keep his hopes alive, a bit like Oliver Solberg in Chile. That would have won the Swede the title, but sadly, his DG Sport teammate Russell already had a few woes on the first couple of days, and it's sadly over for the Frenchman. And there is Oliver Solberg watching on. Elliot Edmondson alongside.
Different conditions for this second half. So you're happy with what you did in there?
Yeah, it was quite slow and enjoy, so it was quite okay. For sure, I don't know how the Oliver will do. he's showing also good pace, so it's not easy to fight with him, but still there is something like it's a race. You have to fight.
Okay.
Just not breathing. Breathing too much, and it's very.
And brilliant, Nikolai. It's interesting, isn't it, that he's still comparing his pace to Oliver. I'm still looking at it as it's like they want to be the first Rally 2 car. He's not nominated to score points here, Oliver, but it is funny how it's a race, and you want to win it.
Of course, and he's not in the fight for the title, so he's fighting with Oliver and wants to win as many stages as possible. Then he's not breathing too much on the stages.
Yeah, maybe take a few more breaths in this one. He is currently still on top though, Gryazin, compared to Oliver. That's the Rally 2 runners. 35 seconds is the gap between Gryazin and the Swede. So yeah, it is still Oliver at the moment, you've got to say, in pole position to take that title despite his setback in Chile. He's finished his 7-point scoring round, so he's just out here to gain experience of these stages. First time in Central Europe. Really good run there for Oliver.
Vamos conectando con el directo del Chema RD.
From first Johan Rosell and then Pajari to win the title, and then now Johan Rosell threw that chance away, and now it's up to Sami in Japan.
Well, I guess they're up to Toyota as well to confirm that they're going to put on. You assume they would. They've got the chance to take another title. They could be fighting for they could be fighting for lots of championships at the moment. We'll go for the clean sweep. So yeah, we're assuming we will be seeing Sami Pajari. And I think a win, it's kind of been a win or bust for all three of them at the last 3 rounds of the season. Let's hear from Oliver anyway.
Oliver, it's a good run on this second pass. Did these conditions this afternoon suit you quite well?
I think the conditions in the morning suited me well also, but as I said, I needed to do some changes. I should have had these settings in the morning when it was slippery, you know. So the morning settings could have worked now. So, you know, that's how it is, you know. I think that's why I'm here, is to learn and to get better for the future. And I haven't done Tanak in 9 months, so it's very nice to be back on it.
It's 1.7 quicker than Nikolai. Can you give us more insight into the settings that you have now that are working on?
Well, I've just gone softer. Maybe it's a bit too soft now, but at least it's progressive and I know what it's doing. And you know, the Citroens are very, very fast on tarmac, so I'm happy to be able to match them or beat them.
Yeah, Oliver, obviously another young star of our future. You've got a bit of an inside track of what's going on over there in those
Ese va duro ese. Ese va duro.
Obviously the son of
Ese va duro.
No, but I believe that they are all like all the other young drivers trying to chase a Rally 1 drive, and he got the speed definitely to be there. He's proving that in a Rally 2 car, and he's winning so many stages in different surfaces, and he's matching the guys in the Rally 2 cars on all the surfaces. So I believe they are chasing the Rally 1 drive next year.
Do you know who else is? A little bit of a mini scoop. I had a quick chat to Johan Rosell. Sadly, just sort of conceding defeat in that championship fight. I said, what does the future hold? He said, well, I want to go in a Rally 1 car. I mean, they all do. I mean, it's like, I've proven my pace at this level. You know, give me a shot. Even if it's just a one-off, it's what they're all aiming for. That's the top of the pyramid, isn't it? So yeah, absolutely. Now, Mikko Marci then, in a bit of a fight for position, isn't he now, with his fellow Pole, Kaito Katanovic. He's just taken that spot. Let's just hear from Philip Morris. We'll get back to that.
Philip, unfortunately, a small mistake on the previous stage. You're 12.2 seconds down in here. How are you dealing with these afternoon conditions?
Yeah, I'm enjoying, to be honest. We have saying in Czech Republic that everything bad is good for something. So since that overtaking of the junction, the pace is
Gracias por conectar con mi directo.
it's motivating me.
No olvides suscribirse y darle a la campanita, por favor. No olvides suscribirse y darle a la campanita, por favor.
Makes it stronger. I think we've all got a phrase makes you stronger. We've all got a phrase similar to that, haven't we? So Mares then.
It will be good in them, so it's not good, it's not in them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Philip Mares had a terrific run in the Czech stages. He selected that, but he's showing his no slouch in Austria and Germany as well. Yeah, Mikko Marci, this is a fun little all-Polish battle now, isn't it? The
Vamos.
multiple Polish national champions, Katanovic and Marcin. obviously Kaito, a bit more of a veteran, 45 years old now, and there's only half a
Ese está lindo,
second
ese está lindo, ese está
This
lindo.
will be a bit of a grudge match rated between the two.
I think they both
Vámonos.
want to be the fastest Polish driver
Linda vista
in this
esa.
rally, so they are both pushing quite hard.
No olviden suscribirse a mi canal
The other one.
y darle a me gusta al directo, por favor. Tampoco olviden ir a ver el último video que he publicado ayer. Se lo dedico a todos mis suscriptores.
Solberg obviously through there.
Vamos, vamos.
Enough to keep him in the hunt with Katanovic. He's pretty close to split times between them again. It's all Polish battle. There he is. Maciej Paniak alongside.
No, de dormir. Te duele eso ahí, a mi mamá me dice.
No, que no me duele, que es aquí como me da un golpe,
Guys.
no tengo.
Vale, no te duele nada, entonces no te duele eso.
Sí que me duele, pero que no tengo un morado.
Ya eso
You're
sé.
doing a great job in
Eso
there.
no tiene moda, pero te duele
Kaito,
por
2.5
dentro.
seconds slower on the
Ay,
final
eso-
split that I
eso
have
de
here.
dormir,
It's a great
eso de
Polish
dormir.
battle.
Eso que tú has puesto la cabeza bajo tu brazo.
2.5,
Pero
it's
lo
not
de
a
todo
lot.
se le
No, nada más, y mira,
For
eso nada más.
sure, we are enjoying.
Ni aquí, ni ahí, ni nada, nada más que
to
lo que
push
está
our
hablando.
limits and try to drive well,
Es que a mí
and
me
it's
pasó
a
a
big
mí.
pleasure for me that we can still
No,
be in the
hombre,
base of the
no se
Maciej and
trata de-
Kaito, who are
Que
really
sea
the best
bacano con
Polish crews.
ustedes.
Te haga.
Arrumado, buen
Yeah, he's
borracho.
enjoying what he says. He's
Yo
not
digo,
very
mira,
much, but it's enough of it.
Lo que tú eres, lo que te
Wanted to ask you,
gusta.
right, obviously we've seen Kaito is regular in WRC2, but like I said, Mikko Barczyk, Philip Mares, we've seen them off the European Championship. How much does it mean? I mean, you're in and out of this category a lot yourself. I mean, how much does it mean as a guy at the European level that coming into
Vamos,
these
vamos a ver qué hace esto. Vamos a ver qué hace esto.
against the likes of, you know, Solberg, Russell,
Vamos a ver qué hace esto.
Pajari at times. It means a lot, doesn't it, to get a podium for these guys?
Yes, of course, and it's good to have a benchmark, you know, how fast you need to drive, because on European rallies it's shorter days, they drive really fast as well, but in the World Championship, you know that you got drivers like Johan Russell, Oliver Solberg, Nikolai Gryazin, they are all driving really fast, so it's good to from time to time, if it's possible with the budget, to do a WRC rally to find, like I said, the benchmark.
Katanovic does finish 12.3 slower than Solberg, and that is 2.9 slower than Martic. So the all-Polish battle goes back the way of Mikko. So that will go on. We'll follow that into the final stage of the day. One more stage to run, remember, here on Saturday.
Se sienta bien.
Here is Johan Russell. Great to get a chance to see him through. He actually said a really good time. Ivan did the previous stage, almost just rubbing salt in the wound of what could have been.
So I know that you have a slightly bigger prize in your head, but we're all loving this Polish battle. Now it's Mikko back in the podium position. You were 2.9 seconds down and you're smiling. I love that.
Yes. I was very gentle. On this stage. To be honest, I'm happy with the time because the setup is not perfect. Let's say delicate. Okay.
Vamos.
But it's much better than yesterday. I mean, my feeling with the car. This is important before Japan.
Se sienta como bien.
Yeah, of course, the meeting in Japan.
No.
Yeah, Russell, a tricky one for him, but as I said to him earlier, Ivan, he's had a terrific season, you've got to say. He's been fighting with the likes of, all the way to his last round of the 7 that he's competed against Oliver and Pajari, and you've got to say that's credit to him as well. And Citroen as well, trying to keep up with the Skoda and now the Toyota in the benchmark. He's still had a terrific year, hasn't he?
Yes, I think he's doing great as well now. The stage ups now, the 2 stages before service was really great. He was second on both of them, and now
Vamos, compartiendo el directo del
it's
Chema
a
RD de la
really
gente mía.
good time. So it's a pity for him that he didn't manage to do that from the beginning and avoid mistakes. That he could be all up there with Nikolai and fighting for the top spot. Like you said, the whole season have been really good. I think he should be happy with the season. It's 2 good drivers ahead of him with Oliver and Sami.
Yeah, let's hear from him.
Johan, 3.3. more consistent conditions this afternoon, some proper racing on these roads, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. You can push more. This morning it was more for to do a big gap for sure, but it's more fun to drive like that.
And how is the mind?
Not bad, but not good. Like that.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I've got to say a reminder though that the DG Sport team did take the team's championship in WRC2, so it has been one championship won between Gryazin and Russell, but once again at the sports top level, it's that man Ogier who's on the move. It's fascinatingly poised, this event right now. It was just 9/10 of a second. Tanak won the previous one. He needed to respond, said Ogier, and boy, he did. Neuville there in second place, showing what could have been. Elvin Evans in fourth place, losing a little bit of ground down to Sammy Pajari, Greg Munster at the bottom of the rally. One Oliver Solberg, the fastest of the rally, two runners. Nikolai Gryazin extending his advantage on the point scorers in WRC2 once again. Mikko Martin, a reminder, turning back ahead of his compatriot Kaito in that old Polish battle for the final podium place. So what does that mean then? Of course, at the front of the field in this crucial penultimate rally.
Vamos compartiendo el directo, por favor. Compartan el directo, por favor. Si usted de corazón quiere que yo avance, compártalo.
In this crucial Drivers' Championship, who knows? It's a long shot, but he's mainly focused, of course, on the Manufacturers' Championship for Toyota. This is how things stand, and overall, Ogier leads 4.1 seconds up.
Compartan el directo.
Slipping a little bit away, he's 7.9 behind Oiter. Jeremy Bill's still there in fourth place. He's conceded defeats, it seems, and settling. Remember, 10 points will be penciled in from Neuville. Ogier will get 18. That's at the end of the day, and it all switches then.
Compartan el directo, la gente mía.
In WRC2. That's about all we got time for in this second pass through Beyond Borders. One more stage today before we turn on to the German Super Sunday and the Wolf Power stage, of course, with the championship fights in the balance. Make sure you stay with us. For now, though, from the Austrian hills, it is goodbye.
Dale a me gusta, dale a me gusta, dale a me gusta, por favor, para que siga disfrutando del directo. Dale a me gusta, compártelo también. No olvides suscribirte y darle a la campanita.
It is all about this final stage now then, to see how it all plays out between our top three. Again, we saw some drama in this stage earlier on today, most notably for Thierry Neuville. It's an exceptionally fast stage, and I'm sure this time around it's going to look a little bit different, just like the other two, starting to dry out. Hopefully there'll be a little bit more grip in this final stage, but the key factor we're looking to see is how much dirt and debris has been pulled onto the road in sections from the cuts. Shall we get underway, Ivan? You ready for this final one?
I am.
Okay. Well, here he is. I did call him Ivan Brynildsen earlier, but it is Andreas Mikkelsen.
Imagine I was so lucky to be out there, huh? Oh.
You're jealous now, right?
I am. Oh, yeah. I'm here with you. I'm lucky as well.
Oh, come on, you charmer. We're looking ahead at a dry road there, and there is the analysis of the stage ahead. The most abrasive tarmac within this stage then. Let's see if the grip level is indeed pretty high. We were looking at it earlier, Martin Sesks and I, and we thought, this doesn't look too bad. And then Andreas got to the end and said, it's like ice everywhere.
Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Straight up to the red limiter.
Look at this, it's 192.93 we were hitting then. Almost immediately. That must be quite the sensation.
That's the best feeling. It's really good.
We may need some therapy for Ivan after this. He's looking more than jealous. So the road looking pretty good here. Like this morning it was a darker colour, it was slick. Now it looks completely dry out there.
Little sunrise there, but to manage very well. It takes a few Ks before the...
Estamos conectando con el directo. Conectando con el directo. Vamos, vamos.
Get heat and it's fine.
Vamos, vamos, vamos. Acelera, acelera, acelera. Acelera. Eso, eso. Ahí.
When you're listening into Andreas.
Very good system. Very nice described.
Vamos conectando, vamos conectando, vamos conectando, vamos conectando.
The gravel crew information as well with this, like we talked about with the split and
No olvides suscribirte al canal del Chema RD, somos una realidad. Gracias papá Dios y a YouTube.
It's like top world class of top drivers who can say so many words in a very short time without breathing, so it's a
Eso, eso, eso.
go through.
Vamos, acelera. Eso. Qué chofer, qué chofer.
But breathe all the time and be clear. Everything, all the single words and the details must be there, even though it's in a hurry.
I'm trying to think.
No olvides suscribirte a mi canal. Vamos viejito, vamos viejito. Vamos viejito. Voy a ti. Arrancó, arrancó, arrancó.
One is really good, one is after from in the air, and the other one had to take over for him. Doing the same way.
No olvides suscribirte al canal del Chema RD, hermano. Y que Dios lo bendiga.
Chris Patterson, when he was alongside Petter, and of course Phil Mills beforehand, because Petter has so much detail in his notes.
Volvemos con el próximo directo. Ya este se va a caer, ¿vale? Ya este se cae y entramos con el otro, ¿vale?